Hello, beautiful people. Another bracket here for you. If you missed it, I did a Yay bracket earlier in the month. Now we're doing Daft Punk. With them have recently broken up within the last couple months. I thought it'd be nice to go through since this is the finalized version of what we're gonna get from Daft Punk. It'd be fun to go through. Another one of the brackets I found online. This one had a small error. They have short circuit twice here. So I'm actually go ahead and correct that. So there we go. We went ahead and fixed it. Short circuit was on here twice. But on the Reddit thread, the original creator said that he replaced it with High Life. And that's what he meant to put there. He just made kind of a typo, which is fine. Doesn't change the bracket too much, but obviously having two of the same song, no good. So we'll go ahead and start. I like to start up here. We'll start in the faster bracket with Get Lucky versus Night Vision. This one's kind of unfair. Get Lucky, I really like Random Access Memories. Get Lucky is not my favorite, but it's clearly very good. It didn't get as popular as it got. Without being good, it's not throwaway or anything. Night Vision, not my favorite. Tron Legacy End Titles versus Emotion. Obviously, this being from the original motion picture soundtrack for Tron Legacy. Very good soundtrack done by them, I think. Really captured the tone. May not be the best movie, but the tone was really well caught within the music. Daft Punk, so futuristic, so fun. But Emotion, I really like Human After All. And Emotion is just it's chill. It's one of the more chill cuts. Not that I tend to go for the chill ones, but here, Tron Legacy, not the funnest of songs off of the soundtrack. I like Emotion here. Robot Rock versus High Fidelity. I really like Robot Rock. I think that's a super fun track from them. I tend to go towards the fun ones. Emotion is a nice, chill one, but Robot Rock is a fun track off of Human After All, and I really like it. Contact versus Rock and Roll. Now, Contact is more an experience than a song, in my opinion. Random Access Memories did a really good job. Obviously, with it being their last album, their newest album, the one that won the award for Best Album of the Year, it was them at their best. Contact, not my favorite, but like I said, it's an experience. The first time you listen to it, if you put yourself in the right headspace, you will really feel out of this world almost. I really like it, but give multiple listens, and that's where it kind of falters. That first listen is really the listen. Everything after that is kind of nice, but it's not the same after the first listen. Okay, so Burning versus Horizon. I actually went with Burning here. Another fun one. Horizon is nice. I like it. It is a bonus track on RAM for Japan. Obviously, they always get the bonus tracks, right? But they're not typically head turners or anything. Not a throwaway by any means, but Burnin', I think, the funner track here. Face to Face versus The Game of Love. Now, don't worry, Ram fans. There's plenty of Ram love to go around on this bracket, but Game of Love, again, not one of my favorite. These are kind of the weaker tracks for me off of Random Access Memories. Face to Face, another fun one. Wouldn't make it too far in this bracket if it wasn't against one of my least favorite cuts off RAM. And doesn't make it too far outside of that. Derezzed versus Fresh. Now, Derezzed, I think, was the best track off of the motion picture soundtrack. This is, of course, the song that's played in the, if you've seen the movie, the bar fight scene. Derezzed is very fun. I love what they did here. And for just a Disney movie soundtrack, they went really hard there. One More Time versus The New Wave. That one was not even a contest. One More Time, obviously. Need I say more? Classic Daft Punk there. We'll get going with Get Lucky versus Emotion. Again, I don't tend to go for the slow ones, the slow burners, the exciting ones do it for me when it comes to Daft Punk, although Not always, obviously, but in this case, Get Lucky. Again, not my favorite, but the production's really good. The song is really upbeat, fun. The beat is amazing. Really good dance track. Not much more you could ask from Daft Punk. So then Robot Rock versus Contact. Like I said, Contact, more of an experience than a track to me. First listen, you're in the right headspace. Man, what a trip. Not actual trip, but you know what I mean. Um, but Robot Rock is just so fun. I really enjoy it. Not the funnest Daft Punk song, but again, after multiple listens, Contact kind of loses its allure. Unless you always listen to it in that right headspace, not going to be it for you. Burnin' and Face to Face. Again, Burning is so much fun. And I like those tracks from Daft Punk. Burnin'. So D-Res one more time. As much as I like D-Res, I think it's the best off of the motion picture soundtrack. And this might be a spoiler for the rest of the bracket as where I feel about this soundtrack. But there's not much off of that soundtrack that could beat anything off of Discovery, really. One more time. Easily here. We'll get going one more time with Get Lucky versus Robot Rock. Get Lucky fun. Again, probably the most popular song after Ram came out, now that I think about it. But Robot Rock, super fun. Enjoy it quite a bit. Yeah, Robot Rock. Burnin' versus One More Time. Well, I picked One More Time. I'm sure that's not getting annoying at all, right? And then I also picked it One More Time. I'm just going to go ahead and get this out of the way. I normally don't pick my top 4 this early, but this one I think was kind of obvious once I saw this on this top right quadrant. This right quadrant got pretty easily for me. We'll start with Stronger now and Defunct versus On Off. Again, not really fair. I think people kind of buy into the numbers here, 16 having to be like the worst track, right? It doesn't, but I get it. Like if number 1 is one of your top 4, it's not like there's much that's going to beat it. You might as well put against something that doesn't deserve to make it that far. On Off certainly does not deserve to make it that far. It's a 19-second off garbage track. No, Defunct. Touch versus End of the Line. I really like Paul Williams' feature on here. But I think Touch loses me. It's almost 9 minutes song, and the tone just shifts and shifts and shifts, and that can be good if you like each shift. If every shift is good, keeps you engaged, right? It's not for me. All the tonal shifts lose me after about minute 3. End of the Line is a pretty good cut off the motion picture soundtrack. Again, it's not going to make it that far. This might be the end of the line for it. But yeah, it makes it past Touch. That's going to make a lot of people mad, but moving on. Beyond versus Teachers, I went with Beyond. Kind of a middle of the ground track off of Ram for me, but Teachers certainly not one of my favorites. Something About Us versus Motherboard. I think the Ram love is kind of not showing here, right? It's kind of looking like I don't like Random Access Memories too much. Maybe I was lying. Maybe it doesn't make it far at all. No, just kidding. Something About Us is really nice. I like Something About Us. There's something in it, something about it that I really like. I'm going to stop doing that, I promise. Maybe not. But yeah, there's something about this song that just speaks to me. I like it quite a bit. It's cute almost. Yeah, I think it makes it past Motherboard. Alive versus High Life. As you can see, the change did not do much for this bracket, as I think I would have picked Alive over Short Circuit anyways, but again, it's good that it's not on here twice. Alive, yeah, better than High Life. Human After All versus Indo Silver Club. Human After All, come on. The title track off of the album Human After All. My favorite track off of Human After All. Spoilers again, but yeah, Indo Silver Club, not my favorite. Not too much love for the original LP Homework. Moving on, Too Long versus Aerodynamite. I actually really like Aerodynamite as much of like just an extra filler track as it is, which it is. I do like it better than Too Long. Too Long I like. This certainly wasn't the easiest choice. But then when I looked at it and kind of decided, man, neither of these are going to make it far anyways. Aerodynamite, I think, definitely better than Too Long. Digital Love over Brainwasher. I don't think that's too controversial. Digital Love is very fun. Enjoy it quite a bit. And since we're here, Digital Love makes it past Aerodynamite without too much contest. And Human After All makes it past Alive. Again, not too much contest. This one was almost hard for me. And then I compared the two, and it wasn't hard anymore. Human After All, like I said, best cutoff of that album. Daft Punk versus End of the Line. As I spoiled earlier, this is the end of the line for that song. Daft Punk moves on for sure. One of the funnest tracks off of Homework. Beyond versus Something About Us. With my puns earlier, there's just something about this song that I like more than Daft Punk. Somehow, right? No, I do. I enjoy Something About Us. Like I said, it's that almost cuteness about it. It's Alien Love. Let's go. Just kidding. Harder is the next bracket. And this is where the love for Random Access Memories comes in. This one was the toughest quadrant by far. Not all the way down, but at the beginning, this is a really tough bracket. So let's go ahead and start. Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. I can't say enough about this track that hasn't already been said. Obviously with Ye himself sampling it. It's that good. Yes, it is. The original is so good. Enjoy it quite a bit. Super fun. Super awesome. Put Daft Punk on the map almost. Yeah, really like it. Mothership Reconnection versus Rollin' and Scratchin'. Not too much connection with either of these. These are kind of whatever for me, which I think since it's that obvious, I'll just go ahead and move it. Yeah, neither of these would have beaten HBFS, but all right. Revolution 909 versus Steam Machine. I actually do kind of enjoy Revolution 909 for what it is. It's okay. Not too much to be said about it. Now, Virtus Quo versus Fragments of Time. I actually went with Fragments of Time here, but this one wasn't easy by far. Virtus Quo is a very good cut, but Fragments of Time is just much better. Fragments of Time is where I start to realize, man, Random Access Memories, it's a good one. For sure, this is where I started to realize, wow, might be my favorite. I know it's their most popular. I know it's the most cliche to say, but it might be my favorite album. We'll see as we keep going. Music versus Short Circuit. I do like Music. Not the most, but I do like it. And Short Circuit bothers the heck out of me. It's actually kind of annoying, really. Not a big fan. Instant Crush versus Daft Direct. Instant Crush. Again, this is where I realized with this bracket, man, Ram, really good. Daft Direct was actually pretty fun. I really enjoyed the track, even at the time. But Instant Crush is really, really, really good. I like the droning. I really like Julian Casablanca's feature here, obviously from the Strokes. His vocals are really good, even with the distortion. I think they actually add to it, although his vocals are always good. Instant Crush, I really, really enjoy. Really enjoy. Julian Casablanca, awesome. Lose Yourself to Dance versus Technologic. Very fun. Classic Daft Punk. Enjoyable, always to listen to. But Lose Yourself to Dance. Oh, there we go. Lose Yourself to Dance is just, it does just that. Makes you want to lose yourself to dance. It is an enjoyable track to get down to. I'm not the biggest fan of Pharrell Williams, excuse me. But really do like Lose Yourself to Dance quite a bit. It's a fun track. Always want to dance to it. Can't help myself. Give Life Back to Music versus Assault. Not actually too big on Give Life Back to Music, but Assault is an assault on the ears. It's aptly named, we'll say. Definitely not one of the better Daft Punk tracks. Give Life Back to Music, I really enjoy. Again, not my favorite off Ram, so we'll go ahead and move Lose Yourself to Dance up. It's just that good. We won't even daddle with this. Instant Crush. Maybe it's my bias towards Strokes, but Julian Casablanca, again, carries quite a fun, interesting beat here. And I actually picked it over Lose Yourself to Dance. As fun as it is, I really enjoy Instant Crush quite a bit. Fragments of Time, Revolution 909, Fragments of Time. Like I said, this quadrant made me realize Ram might just be that good, guys. Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger is better than Fragments of Time. And Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger is better than Instant Crush. As much as I really like Instant Crush, the production, Julian Casablanca's voice, his vocals, the distortion, all of it's so fun. Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger is a classic for a reason. It's that good. Absolutely. Around the World versus Son of Flynn. We'll go ahead and start off on the next quadrant. Better. Around the World, very good, very, very, very good cut off of Homework. And Son of Flynn, like I said, this soundtrack was good for a soundtrack. And when watching the movie, these tunes obviously play quite differently. They set the tone for the movie. They set the tone for the art direction. They make you feel like this is the future, like this is some futuristic game, right? And that's fun. But just listening to it as a song without the context of the movie, obviously not what you're supposed to do, but if we're comparing them as songs, Around the World, I like better. Superheroes in Phoenix, not a fan of superheroes, surprisingly. It seems like it would be my kind of Daft Punk song, but it's not. Voyager and Within. Wow, so Within. That intro gives me such goosebumps, gives me such a feeling within myself. I said I'd stop, but I'm not. It really does. Every time I listen to it, I get goosebumps. I really do. That beginning, if you're in the right headset or mindset, sorry, if you're in the right mindset, a lot of these songs change. But Within, even if you're not in the right mindset, is really, really good. You can't deny it. Doing It Right versus Oh Yeah. Doing It Right. We always doing it right. I like the song quite a bit. Fun, enjoyable, a little repetitive, but whatever. I mean, that's to be expected. That's not anything crazy. You're not here for the lyrics usually. Doing It Right. I like it quite a bit. It's fun. I like what it does. Crescendos versus The Prime Time of Your Life. The Prime Time of Your Life for sure is the better track here. So fun, enjoyable. I really, outside of Ram, I really enjoy Human After All. I think quite a bit. Prime Time of Your Life. Big reason for that. Like it a lot. Giorgio by Moroder and The Game Has Changed. Again, that soundtrack, good as a soundtrack. Not going to beat Giorgio by Moroder. Maybe against some of the weaker tracks off of Ram, you can get away with it. But Giorgio by Moroder is not one of the weaker tracks for sure, at least in my opinion. It's not the strongest, but I like what it does. It's a fun story. At the beginning of a good little monologue. And then it actually, the beat picks up and it's fun. It's a good Daft Punk cut. It's really fun, enjoyable. I like it a lot. Doesn't make it too far, but that monologue definitely carries it past Game Has Changed. Television Rules the Nation and Make Love. Television certainly does rule the nation. We love that stuff quite a bit. And it rules this bracket, at least for now. Beats Make Love. Not a fan of Make Love at all. Aerodynamic and WDPK 83.7 FM. Aerodynamic for sure. I'm not even going to waste time talking about that choice because that's obvious. Around the World in Phoenix. Phoenix, not my favorite. Around the World, up there for sure. Moves on. Within and Doing It Right. Love both of these songs quite a bit. but Within gets me every time with the damn goosebumps. It's so good. I enjoy it quite a bit. Maybe I'm just lucky, and every time I've listened to it, I was in that mindset. But it's a vibe for sure. Prime Time of Your Life and Giorgio by Moroder. Again, Prime Time of Your Life, one of my favorites. And Giorgio by Moroder, good, enjoyable, not the best off of Ram. Prime Time of Your Life moves on. Television Rules the Nation, Aerodynamic. For sure, Aerodynamic. I don't think there's a question there either. But then there is a question here. Prime Time of Your Life and Aerodynamic. I actually do prefer Prime Time of Your Life here. Again, one of my favorite cuts off of one of my favorite... I'm just messing up all over the place here. One of my favorite cuts off of one of my favorite Daft Punk LPs, for sure. Within and Around the World, this is going to surprise a whole lot of people. Because Around the World, I'm sure, is a lot of people's, if not favorite, up there for sure. But Within, for me, again, this is my bracket.
Do what I want. No,
just kidding. Yeah, Within, I like it better. I like what it says, like what it does, like how it makes me feel. Enjoy it quite a bit. So much so that I pick it over the Prime Time of Your Life. I do. Prime Time of Your Life, fun. Prime Time of Your Life, enjoyable. Within, my pick for the better cut. So then we've got my top three. Oops, something went on here. Human After All and Something About Us. Why didn't I pick this? Who knows? But we'll pick it now. Human After All, for sure. The best cut off of that album. One of the best Daft Punk albums. Had to be my top four. Okay, so let's pick top two. One More Time and Human After All. With Human After All. One More Time, classic, fun, enjoyable. I want to listen to it one more time after I'm done listening to it. Back to back to back, let's go. But Human After All is so much fun, so enjoyable. Music to the ears. Really, really enjoy Human After All. HBFS versus Within. Now, again, luckily for me, this is my bracket. And this is me picking my favorite. Not what I think is the best, what I think is my favorite, what I enjoy listening to the most. And Within is just that. Again, that mind space. Maybe I'm just in it every time I listen to this song. But Within is that song for me from Daft Punk. So much so that even against Human After All, I choose Within as my favorite Daft Punk song. Yeah, it wins the bracket for me. Go ahead and give all these a listen if you'd like. But for me, Within, you're in that right mindset. You're in that right mind space. You'll like it quite a bit. It'll get with you. HBFS, One More Time, both classics obviously deserve to be in the top four for sure. But Human After All, Within, top two, and Within, my number one Daft Punk song. Thank you.